Meowdy everyone, this week on the Let's Try series we're checking out Dice a Million, which if I remember correctly is basically a dice Balatro, because apparently I'm just on an odyssey to see how many kinds of Balatros there are. There's a lot of Balatros. New game. Hello, you've been assigned to this dice rolling facility. Please proceed. Dice, what? Less questions and more dice rolling. Select up to 5 from your hand and try to get the objective in 3 rolls. The rest, you can keep it. Good luck. I want to go home. Nope. So, what? So select 3 from my hand. At least 15 in 3 rolls. Okay. A D3 with 3 faces? Is it just like a D6, but the faces will repeat or something? How do you get D3 out of a cube? Okay. In 3 rolls. That should be impossible. No. Yeah, D3, D4. 3D4 can maximum roll like 12, which is not close still. So we'd definitely have to add them up over time. I guess I'll just try out these ones. I assume we're gonna get modifiers over time that make it more possible to achieve our goals. They said the rest we can keep them. Do they mean we can keep the leftover dice or the leftover rolls? I guess not. I hit 15 and it still wants me to go again. Okay. Sudoku. I don't know why I read it weird. Roll the same face on 2 dice. Okay, so oh, it's not, but I didn't get Sudoku though. It's like an achievement or something. I guess it's like a future unlock for future runs. It's usually there's like, we're still doing the Binding of Isaac formula still, usually where you unlock more and more things that join the randomization. All right, so our dice reward, even die, only even numbers. Carlos's die, X multiplier to everything, X being the number on its face. The face with a 0 multiplies by 0. Oh no! Wait, shit. Hold left shift for more info. Is that like the face information? A die's face refers to its visible number and not its total final value. So it explains what some of the highlighted things might be. Even numbers, yeah. X multiplier? Doesn't explain that part. Okay. I thought it might explain how many faces it has. It looks like it has face 1, 2, 3, 0, so it's like a 4-sided dice somehow, but it's not a triangle like the other ones were. Weird. 3 faces. Lastinism. Doesn't take any space in hand when selected. So you can add it to your hand and essentially roll an extra die. That's pretty strong. This is strong, except it can completely tank your run, so it's kind of terrifying. Because if it multiplies there's a 25% chance, I think, to multiply your current hand by 0, which means it's worth 0. Which is pretty fucked. I guess I'll take the bonus die. Great job. Now you can spend your dot on new dice and other goodies. However, the unspent ones will be carried over to the next round. Choose wisely. Ah, that's, oh, the dots. The dots are the dots on dice, right? So I had 5 more dots than I needed. I got to keep those ones. Who runs this? I've said no questions. Okay, they tried to have like a framing device. So I can spend my dots on the score. So I get a reward for how much I rolled past the overall amount. Join dice. How did this get here? It looks like it's 2 sides that roll together. 2 dice that are joined to each other, which means one of the directions it can face is only 1 dice wide if it perfectly lands on top of it, standing straight up. Lucky block transforms into another die you rolled, so it can multiply other dice, but you don't know which one it's gonna be a copy of. +1 charge to every charged dice in your hand. I don't know. I don't have any of those yet. Dice a million. Only odd numbers. Those are really high odd numbers, though. Wait, is it exclusively really high numbers? To me, it's weird that when you hold shift for more information, it doesn't tell you what all the faces are. You would think that holding shift would unfold the die so that you can actually see what all the sides are. There's also a thing for removing a die you don't like. spend 50 to get to the next round? Oh, it's just gonna be like what my next goal is gonna be? What are these? Those are all my dice so far. Are these my goals each time? It looks like it. Okay, so 15, 50, 100, flat earth? The cautious. So there's a boss fight at the end, like in Balatro. Extra value subtracts instead of adding. Every roll added +1 extra value to every die in your bag. Subtracts instead of adding. Every roll adds +1 extra value to every die in your bag. That's a little hard to parse, but okay. Next round? So I clicked there, okay. It was grayed out, so I didn't think I was actually interactive, to be honest. Okay. The map. Here you can follow your path, or roll the dice and test your luck. Maybe you can change your fate. What's that for? For now, just go straight ahead until you meet the face boss. Roll dice. Get dots. You know the deal. Do I? I'll try not to get lost. Those chest icons you see below some rounds, they're the special reward you'll get after if you manage to pass them, of course. Who do you think I am? So you said go straight ahead or roll the dice? Is that actually a thing I can do, or are you being cute about it being a dice game, but making the tutorial more confusing because I don't know what the language means? Is it next? Okay, so the next one is 50. We are moving over. It's a little weird that it doesn't just point at where the next stage is straight up, and then you go there, and then you start it by clicking. It highlights the previous level, then goes over, which is a weird way to express that screen. Okay. I don't have much of a strategy yet. I can roll 5. And it refills my hand, which seems pretty strong. Uh-oh. Okay, so I've discarded 5 dice so far. I have 4 in my bag. So if I run out of dice, am I just fucked? Maybe. My thing right now is, here's my ability to have 6 dice because this one counts as 1. Unless the dice get re-rolled or something, I'm kind of in trouble here, right? Okay, no, the bag resets. Okay, I was like, wait, am I gonna be... It might be really hard to reach 50 because I only have so many dice, and specifically none of them really have special effects. So far I don't really have any kind of like Joker or any special multipliers to benefit from. I really am just rolling dice. Like, right now we're experiencing what your fear would be if you heard that there's Balatro about rolling dice, which is that you just sit there and roll dice over and over again and don't really make choices. I lost. Consolation prize, lose or run. Am I insane, or is there no strategy so far? I'm literally just rolling dice, and I spend them, so I can't really like choose to prefer specific dice. Obviously, I should spend the best dice first because, like, there's no like strategy to get synergy with them later in a different turn. You have not met the quota. You have lost. Can I finally go home now? Start over again. Everything will be different this time. You'll have another chance. Is this what they call a roguelike? I won't answer questions from a loser. Okay, so the writing is not as interesting as the Joker either, really. Okay, I lost by 1 point? Alright. Cards. Used correctly, they are to luck what strings are to a puppet. I think I didn't understand the metaphor. You can only have 3 at the same time. They have powerful one-time effects, so think carefully when you use them. I'm gonna accumulate them and never use them. Treat them with respect. There. A gift from an old friend of mine. Jay. Who's Jay? You hear distant sobbing? Okay, so I'm back to... There's a reroll down here. Is it like a card I started with? I don't think I realized that was there. So is the idea behind... Let's see, can I hit shift on this? No? Is the idea that you hit reroll if the numbers just really suck? And then you get like better numbers? Rerolls your hand or any item being chosen. Rerolls your hand? It changes my hand into different dice? It doesn't... Because you literally roll dice. So I thought you'd click it when your dice suck to make them... I mean, that could be your hand. Does it still count as your hand after you play it? I'm not sure what this card does, even though it explained itself. Because I think like maybe it'd be like, oh, if you roll all the dice and the results suck, you click that and then it'll try again maybe. But it might be like draw new dice or something. Cupidi. If this only has one nearby die, 5 times multiplier to that die and this one. If not, it does nothing. Nearby die. You mean like the physics of the roll, which I can't control? That's terrifying. Oh! I was trying to figure out the controls. I thought it was shift before. Then I realized it said control, and then I accidentally clicked. Whoops. I accidentally picked it. Hold control to view its area. That's really big. I should not have picked this one. That was a misclick. Shit. All right, well, that's a weird effect. 4 faces, Dada die. Like Dadaism? 3 times multiplier to other dice that's the same face as this one. So something else rolls the same number, it gets 3 times multiplier, but it has to be the same number, and this one seems to have much higher number options than the dice already have. Clone adds a ghost copy of a die in your hand. It will be destroyed after it's rolled. Does the card go away after you spend it? Because the cards are expensive. This time I have more than 5 points, so I can actually afford to do one of these maybe? Stamped boost pack. Stamps. I don't know what stamps are. We haven't explained those yet. 0.2 multiplier to dice with a face of 4, face of 1, face of 5. That's not a big multiplier. It's not very exciting. 4 sounds like a kind of common number maybe. 1, some of these don't seem to roll as low as 1. I'd also be a little worried, the lower the number, the more the multiplier sucks because you're multiplying a shit number, right? Okay, so it's up here. Okay, so stamps are planet cards. It really is just 1-to-1 to Balatro in a lot of cases. 5 times multiplier to everything per die matching its face. Other Sudokus don't count. 5 times multiplier to everything per die matching its face. Okay, so this rolls a number. Then the number of other dice that match this number cause a multiplier. Okay, I get it. Let's just get that one too. Let's get the other sort of exciting one, a D6. I mean, D6 is better than what we have so far. They mostly kind of suck. Sure. It's weird that the next round button is so, like here the next button is red. So it kind of calls attention to itself. On the previous screen it looks gray, which is like here the descriptions are gray, so why would the button for next be gray? Like as if it makes me not look at it. Like it's either a description or not currently active or something. So if it only has one nearby 5 times multiplier to that one and this one. So it benefits for you rolling with fewer dice, basically, right? And it's very strong, so it should be way stronger than rolling. So let's maybe just roll 2 d4s and hope it doesn't end up too close to the other ones. Oh, it wasn't close enough. That sucks. Okay. Let's roll the Sudoku die and see if something multiplies with it. There's no 5s. Well, not doing great at the moment. The Dadaism die. We're getting a lot of little bonuses to the 4 becoming, all the 4s becoming 5s at least. I think I once again did not successfully trigger the effect though. So I'm not triggering any of the actual dice effects so far. But I did just have more raw number this time, so at least there's that. Odd die. So it does seem that the odd die does have higher numbers than the initial D3s at least. Time die. Times 2 multiplier to everything in the next roll. Divides everything by 2 in this one. So make this roll suck, but the next roll doubles. That could be powerful if I stack it with all the cool looking die, basically. So I basically would throw the time die either alone or with all my shittiest die with the hope of drawing more cool dice. So this rolls a 1 through 7 and then it adds that to the nearby dice. Permanently or temporarily? Do left shift. Disappears when the round ends, okay. And there's its area again. That's kind of interesting. I think the time die seems fun. Mega die, have at least 20 dice in your bag. Okay. Invert. Next roll, even numbers will count as odd and vice versa. I've never had anything care about even or odd yet, but okay. Well, there's the D7. It's not that expensive here. Ring boost box. Choose 1 out of 3 rings. I don't have any money. So I guess I'll go fuck myself. See those branching paths right in front of you? There are other special rewards you can try and get. Chests, magic, rings, we've got everything. How can I get those? Of course. You just have to roll the dice. Or not and run towards the chest. Each reward will ask you for one or more faces. If you think your dice can roll them, pay a small fee to randomly roll 10 dice from your deck. Each reward will ask you for 1 or more faces. If you think your dice can roll them, pay a small fee to randomly roll 10 dice from your deck. What if I fail? Keep in mind the rewards will be delivered after the round is passed. If you fail, you can roll again. By paying 1 more time, of course. Seems like a scam. So it's like, huh. This part's a little different from Balatro, because in Balatro there's a reward you can get instead of doing the level, because there's a lot of stuff that makes you stronger every level as you play the levels, so there's downsides to being able to skip a level, but they do let you skip levels and get a special reward, and you have to try to figure out whether or not the trade-off is worth it. Golden chest, better than gray ones. Okay. Just try to roll a 1 or a 3. Roll a lot of D3s basically, and you'd probably do well. I'm here though? It costs 8 dots to roll the dice, so I can't even do it anyway. The dot economy is restrictive. Okay, so my goal just doubled, so this just got a lot more expensive. No time dice. I guess since this is just a Sudoku die, it can roll 1 through 9. Which is pretty high. So if it rolls a high number, you're kind of fucked. These being D3s have a low chance of overlapping. Let's throw the low value cards and maybe we'll get us. Nope, no cubit effect. Womp womp. A Dada dice. That's a decent one mixed with Sudoku because they're both similar value. That's about it. Oops. Kind of trying to stock up on my high value dice. I keep slide clicking somehow. Let's see if I can like throw them all together and make something crazy happen. Or I'll just go fuck myself. Let's roll the low value stuff with the time die. Those will be half value, but now this one will be double value. Let's roll these 5 higher value dice all at once. A 0? Okay, 120, so I got it. That was a high value throw. That's nice. I just try to get more bonus currency. Not totally sure what the effect of that roll was. Like, I know what the end number was. I don't know which things triggered what, because there was a lot of effects at once and I just kind of threw it. The vampire die. It discards nearby dice, multiplies everything else by the highest face on the discarded dice. Huh. It says dice plural. So if it lands near something else, it'll multiply everything else by what that dice rolled, which could be really strong, but of course you could roll shit dice. Its face is always a 5, X multiplier on itself, X being the number of dice on the table. It's always a 5, and it multiplies itself by the number of dice on the table. So this 1 can be worth 25 really consistently. It just seems really obviously powerful, right? Even die wealth multiplies its value by 2 times. Like its roll value? Granite dice. Its face is always 0, gains double extra value. So any bonus you give it is doubled. But it starts at 0, so it starts off being worthless. Although it being worth 0 also means you could intentionally make it match something, maybe. Two-faced coin? If the face is odd, 2 times multiplier to dice with an odd face. If it's even, 2 times multiplier with an even face. Huh. It's not terrible, right? Doesn't have its own value necessarily, unless it counts as 1 or 2, I guess. Attracts everything on the table plus 1 charge to charged dice. So something, if dice benefit from being near each other, that's powerful. I'm not sure how much that applies yet. It kind of sounds like it could be cool at some point. I don't know. I kind of want to remove dice. Remove some of these D3s. Because they're very, I guess more expensive every time. It feels like getting rid of the D3 as much as possible is a way to pump up your average dice, because you have to spend them and to get much done. Just do again. Odd and even, just invert. Sure. D6s are stronger. I don't know if I want to be buying them actively though, versus like other crazy dice. Roll the dice is not an option. I said you could do it afterwards, so I guess maybe you have to have rolled the first time first to then gain the ability to try again after you fail. So I just didn't get to use that mechanic, I guess. What's this mean? Rings. You wear them on your fingers. They have powerful passive effects that will always modify your rolls, regardless of the dice you choose. What if they don't fit my fingers? The catch is you could only carry 10 at the same time, so choose with caution. You'll be able to sell them too if you need to. You've ignored my question. They turn around and pretend that they're not listening. Hello? They're like, the downside is you can only have 10 of them. I'm like, I've never even seen one before, and you're telling me I can have 10? That's crazy. Dice with a 1 on their face are worth 10. Plus 1 roll. Plus 1 hand size. Allow for an extra die to be selected. It's a lot of dice, especially if they can multiply each other. I apparently loop through my bag over and over again, so that sounds stronger than having 1 more roll, because they can have a multiplicative effect on each other. This could be strong, obviously, because the ones could be good instead of bad, so I'm torn between those ones, but I think I'm gonna go with the... it even says rare, yeah, even it says this one's kind of better. Rare doesn't always mean better, but it kind of means better. Better than gray ones. So, can I roll a 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, and a 3. Yes, I did. I rolled 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 1s, no 3. Maybe 4 2s if that one counts. I think it does. I did it. Did I? All right, I don't get till afterwards, I guess. All right, well, I guess I'll see you later, or I won't if I don't succeed here. Oh no, I get it now? No, after this one. The interface keeps throwing me off because the finger moves. Why wouldn't it just point at the one you're currently selecting? I see you were starting to understand. Thank you for your collaboration so far. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just one thing, don't worry too much about the order in which effects occur. It'll always be the best possible order for your benefit. That's nice of you. The number of times I've rearranged my goddamn jokers in Balatro trying to be like, god damn it, what's the good order? There's my little hand. There's my little ring. So I have a hand size of 6 now. Let's multiply my multiply my next hand. Reduce its value now with time dice. And also use all my D3s to get as many strong cards as I can next, potentially. Even die, multiply its value times 2. Hopefully that's like really good and strong. $48. That's not a lot actually, but okay. Oh, roll 6. Gotta remember. Oh yeah, now it's, I said it's always 25, now it's always 30, which is crazy. Let's see. The Cupidie I should try to throw, the Cupidie I should try to throw with 1 strong dice. Otherwise it's not very valuable right now. Yeah, the magnetism doesn't really do much for me right now, but yeah, that was very strong. Whoa. What happened that, wait, what did happen that roll? They won't tell me, right? Sudoku must have overlapped like crazy. Are these the things I rolled? I don't think so. No, they randomized. Yeah, you can't even see the results. It's rough. It's a lot of information to take in on the fly like that, trying to tell what all the results are. This issue doesn't normally apply to Balatro games because Balatro games usually are you playing something where you know what it is, but I'm rolling dice. So the fact that it auto proceeds instead of pausing for me to continue it myself means I just kind of miss what the results are of each roll, because it kind of just like very quickly throws them all out, and then I have to parse what effect happened to 6 different things and they all disappear in a second. And I'm like, that's actually a little unsatisfying. I guess I'm giving a lot of feedback in this video. Do I dare? Oh, in 1 roll. Never mind. We don't have time to charge up another crazy effect. Let's do Dada, Two-Face. Cupidie will probably be useless, but I could see if it happens to get lucky, I guess. At least it is a 1 through 6, so it's better than the 3-faced dice. I got 2 things in the air, or in the range again. 38 points though. Yeah, I kind of barely understand what's happening with my score because it goes by so quick. Ancient die. When rolled with 8 charge, destroys itself and gives 1 rare or legendary die. Huh. Oh, up here is the list of faces, isn't it? 0, 1, 2, 8, 11, 12 is the dotted dice. 0, 1, 3, 12, 13, 23, 31? Oh! So if it lands on any of its 2-word numbered dice, it counts as a 2-digit number. I thought that was adding them together. That actually sounds crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna live long enough to try to make this other... I don't have a lot of charge effects, so I don't think I could make that other dice hatch. 0.5 multiplier on face of 5, that's pretty huge. Especially since the barbell always has a face of 5. Ooh, enchanted dice, or just random items completely. Okay, let's find out what an enchanted dice looks like. Perennial, only loses half its extra value after the round ends. So if it gains extra value, it holds on to half of it. Eternal, can't be destroyed nor discarded from the table, can't be exhausted either. Transform to another... I don't want that. Well, exhausted might be good, actually. It's probably like that thing where you fight various Balatro boss fights and it makes certain dice shit based on some previous decision. Time will die time, but it activates its effect twice. So it further nukes the initial roll, but then it does a 4 times multiply on the other one. That sounds crazy. Hoarder ring. Have at least 25 dice in your bag. Do I get it? Let's just add to the pool, right? Okay. They're warning me I should save up 33 if I want to do a dice roll on the map. Another join to die. D8. Plus 8 extra value for every die with a face equal or greater than 8. Huh. Bottle cap, heads or tails. That is just a 1 or a 2. Peanut, just a simple peanut. It's expensive, so I think it might not be a simple peanut. It might do something interesting, actually. kind of hard to get more than 8. I don't trust this peanut. What's its secret? Let's remove another D3. That seems genuinely valuable to do, honestly. I guess I'll get a D8. And then maybe save up for next round. Wait, I don't get to... Oh, there's the roll dice down here. Ta-da! I'll get this reward next time, I guess. There's the barbell. It's got a 1.5 multiplier on top of everything else. That's pretty strong. Let's start off with the echo die, which does double effect, so... Yep. So it should do double positive effect next. So we'll throw in the dumbbell, join to die, Dada, two-face to do an extra multiplier and everything. It's all the basics. I don't know what +1 charge die... I guess I just don't have any charge effects yet, so I don't really know what that'll do. Besides, obviously, work on hatching that one ancient die if I had it. But that's about it, I think. Otherwise, it's just a kind of high-value dice. Did I get some crazy effects? 5 times 72 sounds like a lot. Yep, I think the barbell alone was enough to win. Dang, Sadangu. Alright, let's throw in the time die again. And then next roll, I'll multiply it with all the better cards. Another join die, Sudoku. D6, Cupid, why not? Might as well throw Cupid in because it's already a D6, which is pretty good. And it might randomly trigger a cool effect that never happens. I think it's literally never happened so far. I think it's... Did it still not happen, or did it... I can't tell if it's only in one range or not. Oh, I'm not done yet. Okay. My dice be doing big numbers. A normal D6, no thank you. D8 or another Cupid die. I mean, if I have more of them, they're just like, they are just a better D6, because it's a D6 that might trigger a crazy outcome. Mega die, 4 times multiplier to everything. Add X hollow dice to your bag, X being the number on its face. What's a hollow dice? Hollow die doesn't do anything. It will destroy itself when rolled. I don't want that. I mean, it is 4 times multiplier to everything, so it's probably worth it, but shit. Having to roll them would suck. This is your last chance to prepare yourself before the final boss. I thought you were the boss. It's like a normal round, but the boss introduces a new rule. If you haven't already, you can check it by clicking the map icon. I feel prepared. Be careful though. All your unspent dots will disappear when you leave this room, so use them mindfully. Who decides this? Besides, I've heard that if you manage to get a lot of dots during the boss, you could buy something special. You've ignored my question again. This conversation has reached its end. Hello. The vamp die. Kills local dice but multiplies things by what it rolls, which could be really strong or not that impressive. But at least it can't be a 0 unless you roll a 0. X multiplier to everything, X being the number on its face. I have over 500 bonus dots. Jesus Christ. Carlos's die throw worries me because it could be really strong, or you could roll a 0, which is be devastating if you're actually depending on that roll working out. Lucky block, transform to another dice you roll. Could be strong or it could be a disaster. Yeah, let's get a ring. 2.5 times multiplier to dice that have already been rolled this round. 2 times multiplier to dice with an odd face. Oh my god, just all of them? Aura ring increases the range of dice with area effects. I only have 2 area effect dice that I know of, basically, and they're both bad. Cupid D makes you want to not have anyone nearby, and Vampire will destroy everyone nearby and then multiply by the best value that was there. So the ideal is essentially to have one nearby die to trigger the effect, and that's it. Doubling every odd sounds crazy. Uncommon dice. Shy die. This isn't very if this isn't very near any other die, its value is the sum of every other die. If not, it's 0. Another one that makes me not want to draw them together, yeah. Honestly, another Sudoku would be pretty good. As much as it's tempting to get the shy die for fun. Let's remove some of the D3s. I'm just trying to further purge my deck of shitty dice. Reroll. Another two-face coin, yeah. 8 extra value to every die in your hand. Next roll, your rings will activate an extra time. It's really expensive though. 2.5 times multiplier to nearby dice, then destroys itself. I like to have permanent upgrades if I can. Do another reroll. Odd die, odd die. These are both great because I have that ring for odd dice. Load me up, motherfucker. Let's remove another D3. And I can't spend anymore. So I guess the rest are just gonna go away. The capricious. Dice deactivate until the end of the round once they are rolled. Oh boy. Yeah, that's rough. That's pretty rough. So I need to get 375 in 5 rolls, or in the span of my deck, basically, because once I run out of dice, it's over. So time die is pretty strong, but I don't really want to waste dice with it if I can avoid it. Because I want to roll every die to be as strong as possible. Alright, dumbbell is strong. Face equal or greater than 8. Only the odd die can even roll that, I think. Odd die is definitely good because it's kind of a multiplier on it. Cupidity. I guess I'll just throw these in because they're the strongest dice I have right now. No, not magnetic die with Cupid die. They won't even have a chance of rolling in that case. It's the best I can do right now. No! The Cupid die was finally on its own-ish, and it still wasn't in range of the dice I would want it to be in range of. Join die. Dada. Those are my strongest ones, then these ones. So lots of strong multipliers on odds. I've almost won already. So we're probably good. Just hopefully that the vampire gets to destroy one card and not It's fine, we're fine. Oh my god, it destroyed like every dice except one. Oh. It sounds like it might have been a pretty strong multiplier. Once again, it went by so fast I don't know what the results were. Like, is there a fucking look at the last hand screen? Like, that was a complicated interaction. I didn't get to really see what it meant. Like, I know what the results are, I guess, so it technically doesn't matter, but like, it's obviously more satisfying to process what happened than to not process what happened. Mega die. It's a perfect time to roll it is when it's already over. Sudoku, Mega die. Lucky block, two-face. So hopefully Lucky block turns into Mega die. Hopefully. See, that's what yeah, I gotta say, these dice rolls are not very satisfying. Even when I succeed, I'm like, I don't know what I rolled. I don't know what it's really hard to follow what the interactions even were. That's my biggest thing I would recommend focusing on, is trying to upgrade the clarity of those moments so you can like feel good about what's happening because you can tell what they did. That's a big part of Balatro, is being able to really clearly tell, but that's because they so clearly organize their whole inventory around the whole like left or right triggering and everything shaking one by one. In this one, you're just trying to play catch up on even looking in the right spot. 5 times multiplier to dice with the same face as this affects itself. So 5 times itself, that's pretty strong. What will be inside resets after the round ends. So this just like opens into something. A D2. It does something and it resets. It's rough. There's just total uncertainty about what 2 of these things do. Golden stamp. 0.5 multiplier to dice with a face greater than 6. So the stamps are for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then greater than 6. Do they mean 6 and greater, or greater than 6? Because it stops at 6 up here. Let's see. Nope, greater than 6 is its own category. That's rough. Okay. The boss shop? Get a mega die. Oh, the rings are expensive. I'm gonna go for a mega die, I guess. Can't afford anything else. New hand unlocked? Beat face 1. So there's like, like Balatro, you can pick different decks basically, and that makes you have a different effect that's active the whole time or something. So, you've beaten the boss. I think so. Keep going. We'll meet again soon. Maybe you'll be able to open the door on phase 3. I'm not gonna bother asking. Odd die? Those got super strong. I could throw in the Cupid. Or the time die. Along with a normal die. Give me better options. Okay, here comes the multiplier. Yep, join can be huge. Odds always get big. Vamp can make big number. Two-face. If the two-face rolls 1, then you're in a solid spot. You're hoping it rolls a 1. 1, so that's a multiplier to everything. Fucking god damn it, man. I don't think I've had a good outcome maybe ever with any of the range dice. Like, I think the Cupid dice has never been able to activate because there's always 2 or 0 nearby. Hollow, so those have to be thrown separately. That was not a very strong round, shit. Everything that's valuable getting thrown at once. A lot of evens, which did get multiplied by the coin at least. Dare I throw the echo in? I think I'm gonna throw my lower value things in with time. And then try to roll a little crazy next round, otherwise it's over. Bum, 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 bum. Big even die, big golden die, lucky box, Cupid, dumbbell, D8. All of it being multiplied by the time die. That looks like a lot. Oh my god. Yeah, it was a lot. Alright, so it was over 1,000. I have 463 left over. Last die. Times 2 multiplier to everything destroys itself if its face is 6. Ooh. So it's strong for a while. Gives 1 to 7 extra value to other nearby dice according to its face. But nearby. I don't like... Nearby effects are so iffy on me. I guess that is one that would have a good effect with the magnetism, admittedly. Join dice. It activates its effect twice. It doesn't have an effect, does it? Like, I don't think its value counts as an effect? Paper dice. Paper die places a note that will give +5 extra value to a very nearby dice in next rolls. Huh. Places a note that will give +5 extra value to very nearby dice in next rolls. Rolls plural. Like, does it... I think this means it puts a zone down, and if anything lands in that zone for the rest of the current stage, then they'll get more value. I think that's what that means. Piggy die. When rolled with 2 charge, gives between 50 and 100 dots. Its face is always 0. So it's never worth anything, but it can give you a bunch of dots. Which I think does count towards your goal, too? Yeah. Between 50 and 100. We need to be ready to do charges, which my magnetism dice does, but not necessarily anything else. Let's do an odd. I'll try a paper. This echo join sounds trash. It seems like it's not good. I'll take the D7 because I can combine that with the magnetism die for a strong effect. Odd and even die. Mega die. A lot of chance for strong hand. I believe the D8 will combine with the join die on most of its results to make it stronger. I believe the Dada can also, yeah, most of its results are 8 or higher. So that should be pretty strong. I need 1.5k though. That's a strong start. It's a pretty strong start. The Cupid dies having 5 times multiplier to each other would be pretty funny. These destroy themselves on a roll. When rolled, do they destroy themselves immediately? Can I do a Cupid die and a magnetic die to have the good result happen immediately? God damn it. So the magnetic die it still didn't pull them close enough to affect each other, and the other dice didn't destroy each other in time. I thought they would destroy themselves immediately, but no, they destroy themselves after the roll. It says when roll, but it really means at the end of the round. I thought the Cupid die and the magnetic die would be drawn to each other enough to trigger, and it still didn't trigger the Cupid die. Like, I hate this dice. This die. Going back and forth between die and dice is breaking my brain a little bit. That's not very strong. Either this is monstrously strong or I'm screwed. I still need over 500. This is pretty bad. Times 2 to everything. This is all I can do because everything else is trash. We'll see if it can give a multiplier to the 0 at all, or any kind of bonus. Times 4 on the 0, which doesn't do anything. Your favorite die was D4. It's not that insightful. I think that's probably what will happen most rounds, because I'll discard the 3s over time, and all the other dice are too unique. So my best roll was 798 in one go. It's pretty huge. Back to main menu. Pretty heavy in the Balatro vibes, down to even recreating the CRT effect. Yeah, I've played a slot machine Balatro. I've played a Scrabble Balatro. This is the dice Balatro. I don't remember if I played other ones too at this point, actually. This one is the one that was most slavishly dedicated to recreating the aesthetic and every step and process with Balatro while having the same well, having a different mechanism at the core of it, which is interesting to see. The other ones were much more in their own aesthetic space and making somewhat different choices with parts of them, but they also were kind of worse too. So I don't know. It's interesting to see the indie studios just really rush to recreate a specific thing. This happened with Slay the Spire once upon a time. Before that, I remember it happening with Darkest Dungeon, and I would play like Darkest Dungeon likes for a while. Something, I imagine at least one really cool game will come out of this, and maybe to someone it'll be this one, but I don't know. Oh right, I played one of the weirdest ones is I played like a coin machine Balatro, didn't I? That was the coin pusher one was extremely strange. All right, well, I'm pretty sure I have more in the docket, so I'll see you guys next time. When I do, I might get around to more.